Hello, dear students. My name is Khmelnytskaya Olesya Mikhailовna. Today we start our lection about philosophy, ethics, philosophy of values. Last lection we talked about life and death. You understand this very important theme about ethics because you know it's ethic problem, life and death. And let's start our lection today. Plan our lection is values, their nature classification, values, assessments, truth and norm, value orientation, moral and ethical values. We talked about axiology. Axiology is a philosophical discipline that studies the category of value, characteristic, structure, and of value word. Ways in its cognition, ontological status. A stage of development of axiological knowledge start in antique. Values were indefinite, with being itself, with the cosmos and orient whole. The main values were God, justice, with used characteristics, the ideal state being talked about later. The state of development axiological knowledge in Middle Age values are with divide as antique religion character. God is a main source of value for a man. State development axiological knowledge are revival values of humanism, individuality, creativity, and freedom for put forward. If you talked about new time, values were indifferent with truth, with customers' ability, centers European history in the new age. Types of values according to Hegel. Economic utilitarianism act is goods and are characterized by their determination. Spiritualism wills accorded with their freedom of spirit and everything that has value and significates spiritual in nature. Modern appropriates to value. Naturalistic psychologist value are objective and depend on biological and physiological needs of people. If we talked about axiological transcendentalism, value are understood as what given to person from above ideal that humanity has never achieved in life. Here, values are not objective reality, but an ideal being. Modern values, personalic ontologism, value are rich in structure, objective, order. And there is an order harmonious, a system of love and hate, with higher that standards and duty, higher that knowledge will science pull a person out of his eye. A value are objective and are given a person priority in their sympathetic or antipathic love or hate. A value norm that has a certain significance for social subject. Its conception was Max Weber. Classificator of values value was psychobiological and sociological. Psychobiological, you know, it's a mental love or respect, visceral, it's a food and may clean air. Social is economic, political, culture. Concept of value. Value is a psychological, philosophical category that determines the sociality, cognition, meaning of material, spiritual phenomena that determine the meaning of being a person and society as a whole. Assessment. Education of judgment about meaning of an object or phenomenon or for people and relationship of them. Value and truth. Value is the result of assessment as form of activity which is carried out on the basic of cognitive activity. Truth is one of the most important value of knowledge in general and science particular. It acts as ideal and norm scientific knowledge. Truth is susceptibilities of between knowledge about the object, knowledge about yourself. Value and norm. Value have not only individual level of exposition, but also social one. At the level of society, value appear as norm. A norm is idea of optimal and expedient performance, uniform and stable cognitions. For example, human life is value and its protection is the norm. Value orientation, the orientation of the subject in his activity towards a certain value. This concept included interests, ideas, beliefs, feelings, and etc. Value is social ideas which are rooted primary in objective structure, social life in given particular society. I respect a particular experience of life. A moral, its value dictated by society at particular culture and history stage of his development. A moral category, it's God and evil. You know about it, you know about general category about it. We talked about many philosophical category. It's Platonism, Christian philosophy, modern philosophy before Kant, Kantism, Marxism, and other people. Coincidence, ability of person realized is duty, people conscience and sometimes called other side and debt. Honor and dignity. Dignity is category ethics, mean a special moral attitude. Honor category ethic means a person moral attitude towards himself. This is a question about test question. You need answer this question. If you understand this question and you need answer, you understand this lection. And if you don't understand, you may read this literature. Thank you very much and goodbye.